Hi folks, Alex Bisset here with the UC Engineering team. I wanted to spend just a few moments of your time on video helping you get set up with your new HPCOM Webex account. So what we're going to focus this session on are three main areas. One, how do we authenticate with Webex? How do we sign on to the new service, and where do we find the new service? Two is we're going to help you personalize that service a little bit by helping you understand how your personal meeting room works and how video systems integration works. And third, we'll go ahead and help you deploy your meetings by showing you how to include your personal meeting information in a standard calendar invite. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. The first thing we want you to do is to find the email that was sent to you from the Spark portal. It's going to look like this. And you'll see that it says something to the effect, it says HP Communications is now collaborating on Cisco Spark, and please join HP in the messaging app now. You may find that that email could have landed in your clutter box. So you may want to go here to clutter and search for Spark. And if it's the first time you'll have received an email from Spark, you may find one there, and please do us a favor and grab that email and literally drag it into your inbox. And that will train clutter for emails that you receive in the future to please land into your inbox. Once you've found that, go ahead and just follow the prompts here. What this is going to do is it's going to bring you to the Cisco Spark portal, and it's going to ask you to create some credentials. So the first thing you'll do, obviously, is you'll add your full email address. And click OK. You'll see that the system wants to know that we've been sending the email to the right person. So I'm going to go ahead and send you a subsequent email. You'll receive that here, right? And it says your Spark account is ready. So it's just an email verification, making sure we're sending it out to the right people. And this email says now your account is ready. Let's go ahead and get you set up. So let's set a password. And if you follow that prompt, you'll see that this opens a broker page asking you to create some secure credentials. So you'll go ahead and do that. And submit. And you can save that password in your browser if you like. Once you've done that, now you're at the front page of entering into the Spark experience. So from here, you can do a couple of things to begin personalizing your experience. You can begin by adding an avatar, just a picture of some sort if you'd like for yourself. If you're a fisherman, add a fish. Or if you like the beach, or perhaps a picture of yourself at work. And then your first and last name. This is important because this information will transfer over to your Webex portal when we set that up. We could skip Teams for now. We're going to be doing some more usability videos in the future to show you how this functionality works. It's really great. But we'll skip that for now, and we'll skip Teams. And sure enough, here we are. We're in Spark. Okay, great. You'll see at the top of Spark, if this is your first time in, you can go ahead and download the Spark desktop app if you'd like. That's very handy to have. It'll give you a full software application experience with Spark. But more importantly, now that we know we've logged into Spark for the first time, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and log into your new Webex site. Launch a fresh browser for you, and again, the site you want to log on to is hpcom.webex.com. Oh, I'm going to log out. Already logged in. I'll sign in using the credentials that I just completed. Okay. Great. Now, again, the avatar that we set up in the first page when we first entered Spark moved its way over here into Webex, which is pretty cool. Couple of things to note. Now that you're here, you have full access to your personal meeting page. There's a little arrow here that if you click on it, it's going to bring the full interface of Webex down for you. And you'll want to focus on Meeting Center. This is where you'll do the majority of your workflows with Webex for the purpose of what we're doing for collaboration. You already see I'm getting some information back from Spark, so I can turn notifications on or off with Spark if I'd like. But the one thing we wanted to show you here was the More Ways to Join button. Here in the More Ways to Join, you'll see that the top part of that is your link for Webex. So anytime you need this information, you may want to just come here and get familiar with the More Ways to Join. The second part of this is your collaboration meeting room address. So it says to join by a video system, dial Bisset at hbcom.webex.com. That's a standards-based address, SIP-based address that any video conferencing system can call into and join your Webex through a telepresence or a video conferencing system. Down below that is the telephony information associated with your meeting. So you can use all of these modals to join your meeting, or one of these modals. If you happen to be the type of a person who does a lot of conference calling, feel free to use this as your bridge. You'll see if I click on the global numbers that we're able to host calls that include international local calls for folks. So if you're doing a call that involves Europe or the Far East or LATAM, that you can come here and find a local phone number that your participants can call without having to pay the toll. So that's quite nice. Okay, great. So I told you I would show you now how to include your meeting information in a calendar information. So let's pop back over to Outlook for a moment. I'll jump into the calendar so you can see what this looks like. I already have a couple of meetings here set up. I'm going to drag this one down. And it's going to ask me to go ahead and log on to productivity tools. I did want to show you this. So for those of you who are currently running your Webex productivity tools, you're more than likely signed in using hbcommunications.webex.com. You'll see that the system is asking me now, which portal do I want to join? And I want to join the hbcom.webex.com portal, right? And my productivity tools is then going to ask me to re-sign in. I'm going to use the credentials that I just made. We'll say next. And basically, we're just resetting up our productivity tools to point to the right portal. You can see it'll ask you if you want to update your productivity tools. You can go ahead and download and install that, and I'll just say remind me later. But what's great now is I'll show you these two meetings that I have here. Let me time these a little bit. I'll put them right next to each other. So the first one that I want to show you is an example of using hybrid calendar service. So you'll see that by adding an @Webex in the location field of the meeting, and you have to invite somebody, so I'll invite myself. I'll just send an update. So while that's working, I'm going to come over to this other meeting, open it up. And you'll see that it's already populated for me. I'll show you how to add your personal meeting room information by using this button in the middle here called Productivity Tools. It'll take just a moment for that to update. I'll send an update. And that's communicating with the service as well. So by the time I get back over here to my hybrid calendar and I scroll down, you'll see that that's now added all of my personal meeting room information to this invitation by just adding an @Webex to the location field. Right. If I close that and go over here to the one we use with our productivity tools, this one did it and even dropped it in with an HTML format, so it's kind of handy. So quite nice, very easy to add your Webex information to your meetings. Send them out, use it. The personal meeting room is always open for you. You'll notice in these invitations that the collaboration meeting room or that CMR, that video systems address is right there. So that's quite helpful. you can now have a video conferencing system join your Webex. So thanks for joining me. I hope that's helpful. We wanted to make sure that you had the information about how to get started with Webex. And please do feel free to reach out to us, where you can reach out to the IT helpline anytime. It's ithelp@hbcommunications.com, or you can send a note to ucc@hbcommunications.com. We'll monitor those lines and make sure you get some assistance with Webex. Wanted to mention two of my very favorite links for getting more information about Webex and Spark. You may want to check out help.webex.com and support.ciscospark.com. Those are two of the greatest resources for if you're a new user to get started. By all means, you can email me anytime. I'm alex.bisset@hbcommunications.com. My colleague Dave Mowry, dave.mowry@hbcommunications.com, is working on this project with me. So together we'll make sure you're enabled, up and running, and we'll look forward to seeing you out there in Webex land. Thanks for joining us today.